Welcome back to another reaction, this time for Medalist Season 2, Episode 5. Last episode, we won a gold medal. And I guess we go training now. Alone, animation-wise, it would be hard to have a whole season only with competitions, I assume. So we do a little bit of training and then go into another competition, maybe? We will see. We still have a bunch of episodes left. Okay.
Oh, 明浦路先生。
Right. Didn't he invite him for something?
エイバイ・フロドリゲス選手
Who? Probably a famous skater?
すみません夜遅くに
Question mark?
リオはもう寝ちゃったけど。
Oh.
いや大丈夫
Is that his wife?
ありがとう
先生が来てたこと知ったら明日大騒ぎね。ごゆっくり。
明浦寺先生は優しいですね
優し
That he did not say anything about your wife?
い
私が淳君の功績を横取りするつもりではないと信じてくれている驚くほど丁寧な手紙が届いたのです自分が指導に関わっていることを一切秘密にして光の生活面のフォローをしてほしいと
Okay. First off, what is the name? Why was the name of the woman so important? Second, is that his wife? Because they were talking about Rio. Rio is his son, right? Third, so Hikari lives here, more or less. And he's doing all the coaching, but he doesn't want to be open about it for some reason. I'm assuming because maybe he has a lot of enemies and maybe people want to fight Hikaru, then Genius Girl Hikaru. I guess.
彼の存在を隠しているのは私の意志です淳君と光を守るために
Okay, from whom?
守るというのはマスコミから
いいえそれもありますが
I assume Rio?
喋りすぎだよ
Oh. Okay. With this whole conversation was like, okay, we're talking about it, what exactly is going on. Normally, you can read anime. You know what is going to happen, you have an idea. This, no clue. Not even a hint that this would happen, that he would be here at all. Which also would mean Hikaru is also here somewhere.
一郎君ねえ誰に何を話しているの
And they are more or less rivals, essentially. Rival coaches. Bacon. For a moment I was like, bacon.
上に憧れたのは中学生の時だった
Because you saw him? Yeah.
その姿に引き込まれた
I do not remember why. Because he did duos or pair skating. I don't know why. Did you not? I believe he was not skilled enough because he started too late. We got the confirmation he wanted first long to be on the ice when I was in middle school. Now, normally the whole reason why Yori, I'm so bad with names, why our girl has such a big problem is that she started late. and by 1 or 2 years, and she's a kid. She's under 8 or so, or was. And he wanted in middle school, what is that, maybe 12, 13? Meaning that he's like 5 years too late to start, or that is the assumption in the skating world. That is, I believe, why he was not able to go into solo skating. He started too late. He improved. He was not good enough, I assume. Maybe he was too old, which could be, which I believe was one of the main reasons he was too old or seen as too old. So he was unable to go into solo skating. He started doing pair skating or whatever it is called.
転ばずに踊れるようになってきた。よだか純のそれっぽい真似ができている気がする。
Pretty decent imitation, I don't know. I'm also assuming that people that are a little bit more skilled can see that he's trying to imitate someone. I also wonder about his trainer.
でも、俺はこれを誰に確認してもらえるんだ。
Oh. I mean, this could be one of those things where he's trying his best, he's improving, but no one is going to coach him because he's too old to waste time on, maybe.
さっきより良くなったよ。誰か教えてほしい。俺には才能があるのか。それさえ分かれば、バカみたいに夢を目指していい理由になる。
Okay, okay. This one is a little bit hard because if you just start out and you have someone look over you and like, oh, do I have talent? Very hard to say the very first time. Now, if you trained a couple times, you have, like he did, a routine down, then people may be able to be like, oh yeah, you're doing well. However, you still have a huge age gap. You have like 5+ years without training, which is going to make it very hard. But it's not impossible to still be able to compete. However, the question is if someone is going to give him the chance.
大人になったら、この毎日を後悔するのかな。俺が氷の上に立つことなんて、誰一人望んでいないのに。なんでこの人がここにいるんだ。こんな深夜に。ソニドリ先生が困るんじゃ。
I'm assuming he got summoned, or this is in the normal meeting time.
待っていたよ。時差ボケはもう大丈夫。こちらは明浦寺先生。
They know each other.
夏休みにリオを教えてくれた先生だよ。教え子さんが今日の大会で優勝して。
That is going to be interesting to him, I assume. Because I feel like the biggest thing that Hikaru's coach wants, I already forgot his name, is a rival that is going to push Hikaru further. Because she probably is missing someone who she can have a rivalry with. Who she can not only fight on the ice, but also celebrate off the ice. You know, a friendly rivalry, pushing each other to higher heights. That is what she's missing right now. Someone around her age as well. Not some adult.
はあ、事情を知らないソニドリ先生が強制コンタクトを取ってくる。
I mean, what situation?
タバコ。よだか純といえば徹底した自己管理で知られていたのに、こ この人はもうスケートやってないのか。帰ろう。
This is me whenever there's any social stuff going on, like a couple people meeting outside of friends. As soon as there are like people that I don't really share anything with or I can't really openly talk to are in around me, it's like I should leave. I'm not going to, but I should, because I am more or less falling asleep while listening to people talk about stuff.
ソニドリ先生、今日は本当にお疲れ様でした。時間も遅いのでそろそろ。
場所を変えてもいいですか。
え？
実はこの後、ジュン君と二人です。
Oh, oh wow, wow. He brought a big bait. Our boy is like, I need to leave, and he's like, yeah, can we go somewhere else? I booked a place where Jun and I'm going to skate. It's like, you know, you have like these worms for fish. He just threw out a steak for like a Texan. Like, oh,
滑るために一枠
he
貸し
can't
切ってある
say
んです。
no to that.
大会中ですが、特別に開けていただいて。
一枠ってスケートリンク？
はい。シューズはお貸ししますので、一緒に滑りに行きませんか。
与高潤、ソニドリ慎一郎とスケート？ソニドリ先生と与高潤は深夜に一緒に遊びに行くくらい仲良くて、多分与高潤は俺が来るのは本当は嫌だけど。
He probably does not care at all. But you don't, I mean, you don't need to skate. I'm pretty sure you want to watch, at least.
ソニドリ先生に嫌われたくないからそうは言えなくて、でもソニドリ先生はそのことに気づいてなくて。
やっぱり暗い方がエキシビションを思い出してワクワクするよ。
そうかもね。
Are we going to do, okay, we are going to do figure skating. Right?
明浦寺先生は
He's fast as fuck. Yeah, the problem is, when did he skate the last time? He's very busy coaching, doing all this stuff. But he's not that often on the rink. The first season, though, if I remember correctly, he did a couple times. He did showcase his ability. He made some examples. So maybe he is skating off screen a bit.
先生！
Maybe in the mornings, in the evening.
アイスダンスとシングルではスケートシューズの形状が違うとはいえ、消えたい。
すみません。シューズが良くなかったでしょうか。私が最近まで使っていたものなのですが。
いいえ、靴が悪いはずないですよ。でもどうして誘ってくれたんですか？ここに連れてきたのには何か理由があるんですよね。
見てほしいと思いまして。
見る？
I feel like you would be in the way. This sounds like romantic music.
与高潤。初めて生で滑るのを見るんですが、なんか
そうです。現役の時より上手になっています。
How the fuck? Wasn't he incredible when he was competing? How is he better? And if he's better, why is he not competing anymore? Is there a reason?
この準
I mean, is there a hard age rating? I know there are some sports where it's like, hey, soccer as example, I believe at like 32 or so, people are like, probably not good for you to play soccer anymore. But it's not a hard cap. It's not like, hey, you can't be over 32. It's more your body doesn't keep up with the workout and stuff. Is there a hard cap for skating? Or is there another reason he doesn't compete? If he's really better, I feel like for Japan it would be like, I don't care. You are going to the Olympics. We need the best person available. And that would be him, I assume.
君をお見せしたかったんです。明浦寺先生に。引退後の淳君は氷に乗れない生活にずっと馴染めなかった。幼い頃から氷に人生をかけてきた僕たちにとって。
Why retire? Why not go back?
から氷に人生をかけてきた僕たちにとって、氷と関係ない世界で生きることはとても苦しい。私は光るだけじゃなく、与高潤のスケートも守りたいんです。潤君が光の専属コーチに興味を持ったのも、一人で滑る貸し切り枠を確保するという条件だったとか。
Oh, interesting. I'm assuming money alone is not enough. I'm guessing he made a lot of money because he was so good. Again, assumption. And he was like, I'm training this girl. And you can keep all the credit. I just want you to help me get a private slot that I can use to skate whenever I want. Which again, why not just compete?
氷の外で気を落とし
Let's see, figure skating, right? Figure skating age limit? Question mark? There's a minimum age. Junior is maximum 19. But senior does not seem have an age limit. Senior. Senior. Same. Senior age limit? No. I don't see one. Nope. 42-year-old figure skater. Okay. So there's no reason he couldn't compete anymore. Then maybe there's a reason why he doesn't want to.
したけど、閉じ込められた人。俺と真逆だな。ありがとうございます。
Someone who tried to live outside the world of ice but got thrown back in, and you wanted to live inside the world of ice but got thrown out.
ありがとうございます。
Okay.
俺、与高潤の大ファンだったので、
Why
その
was?
話を聞けただけでよかったです。
Okay, now he's going to give it his all. Now he's going to copy him, right?
いった転ぶの久しぶりだから衝撃がすごい。試した後に最高のお手本が立体で見られる。上崎選手はこれを間近で見て練習してるのか。
It did not seem like it that he was always skating with her. She seems to be very good at picking stuff up. As far as I know, the couple times we saw Hikaru training, we did not see Jun giving examples.
練習してるのか。 目の前にはずっと憧れ、今は倒すべき人になったヨダカジュン。
I mean, you don't need to. There's no requirement.
天才選手が今も技術を磨いているんだ。1分1秒も無駄にはできない。
I totally forgot. In the first season, he had an interaction with him, and there was this big rivalry. Now, the idea was the girls are fighting each other essentially because Hikaru is, even though she's like a genius and she's very good at picking up and training, she was very supportive of Yuri, question mark, of our girl. And she was very, you know, trying to push her to come and compete against her. She seemed very open for someone to try and reach her height, or height, whatever, her skill level. And I believe in the same time, those two had like a rivalry where they were, I was under the assumption they were like, hey, we will see who or which pupil of ours is going to be better in the All Japan. And that was the rivalry. But there may also be like the skating rivalry. I do not remember. Where they would, in this example, skate against one another. However, I feel like that doesn't make too much sense because he seemingly has not trained for a long time. Which he commented on, it hurts a lot more if you have not fallen for a long time. Like he did right now.
1分1秒も無駄にはできない。
Meaning he probably did not
できる
train
ことをしないと。
Inori.
表情でしかできないルツ。表情でしかできないルツの踏み切りの確認。
Right, I will try to take off for the Lutz, which can only be done on the ice. Because you need to start backwards. Okay. Yeah, this is the only one you can't really do. We saw in the first season Inori, I believe, doing like on land training. You can train like a loop. You can see if you can rotate your body quick enough. But you are missing a couple parts. You can't move forward and you can't start a loop.
すごいな、明浦先生。どんどん上手になっていく。頭の中で何が起こってるんだろう。
新一郎君、彼いつまで選手やってたの？
高峰先生に聞いた話では24だったかな。
And not in figure skating, but the pair skating, whatever it's called.
選手として試合に出たのは23歳と24歳の
Only
2シーズ
two?
ンだけ。
Okay.
その後はアイスショーのキャストを目指していた。そもそも本格的に始めたのが20歳だったらしい。
20歳。
まだたくさんのファンがあなたの演技を待って
Now I guess we find out why he stopped. It may be the reason why he stopped is because he also had no one to compete against. He had no one who he could call a rival. And he felt maybe that by competing he would be stuck at his skill level. He wouldn't improve. So he retired?
いると思うのですが、
引退の意志は固いのですか？
リオからいろいろ聞かされてはいたのだけれど。なるほど、すごい才能。
そうは呼べない。
ん？
限られた時間の中で証明できなければないのと同じだ。
I mean, that is not true. You can still have talent even if you did not prove it. Because that would mean that if you don't get lucky, you have no talent. Which is not how it works. Because he had the problem that, or our guy he had the problem that no one was there to support him. He was unlucky in that regard. Meanwhile, Jun had the luck to get the support early on and then improve and compete. If our boy had the same luck, he could have probably been competing at the same, no, not at the same time, but he could have been competing and potentially been a household name. But their luck
Okay.
plays a big role. Inoria's example, unlucky. Her mom didn't want to support her. So that is why she had a late start. Meanwhile, Hikaru, lucky that you found her and were supporting her from, I don't know, early on, somewhat early at least.
借りるね。動画を撮る。
ジュン君の携帯は
壊れた。
You want to record a video of whom? I can ask. By the way, this is a little bit crazy. Just put it up to their face, bam.
壊れた。
Also, is that like... Is that a sign? On the wallpaper? Someone signs the wallpaper, I guess?
君、
No, 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 no. You are not doing like the pair figure skating, right?
バックフリップ。
I feel like our definition is different. The backflip for me is like a backflip, where you do like a rotation.
できる。
バックフリップ
I feel like a backflip on ice would be very dangerous. Are you fucking kidding me? No, I mean, I can't do any flips. Disregarding that, this looks very dangerous. I do remember one time I played on ice and I fell on my... I more or less did like half a backflip and fell on my head. Not a good time. Not a good time. So this feels dangerous.
やって。
Yeah, this dangerous trick I just did. Do it. Just do it.
いきなりじゃ怪我をしてしまうのでは
Already incredible that he succeeded. And with his ability and his grit, he just needs to do it like 5 more times and he's going to be able to do it well. Especially because the first time is always the most important or the most dangerous. Because if he does it the first time, he probably is going to repeat the rotation every time. If he falls the first time, then it's going to be harder because you have the pain memory. It is going to inhibit your movement a little bit. Now, why are we doing this? Question mark?
言われるがまま飛んでしまった。この映像を持ってアイスショーのキャスト。
Excuse me? So we have a video of a backflip. He's like, hey, you should use it to audition for ice shows again. Which is already crazy. Is it because of the backflip? Is it because of how it looks? I don't know. Additionally, he's like encouraging him to go back into ice skating. again with anime and how they go, the assumption was, hey, he was a good skater, he's going to showcase his skating ability in the future again, but he's not going to compete, because that is what Inori does. Inori is competing, and we are there to support her. I did not assume he would go back, which would add another dynamic, because this way we could have adult figure skating, where the high-end stuff is going to happen, and then we can still have our little girl skating and see how, you know, the improvement and how they have to juggle all the stuff. This could add another dynamic. Especially, I feel like if he starts skating and he starts doing well, that Jun is going to come back as well. And then we have the two rivalries, Inori and Hikaru, and our boy and Jun. That would be interesting.
確かにアイスショーでバックフリップができるキャストは貴重だ。
心配なら新一郎君に頼みなよ。絶対に受かるから。
そんな力はない。
But it seems like Jun sees enough talent in him. That is interesting because he's like, hey, if you don't showcase your ability in the limited time frame you have, you don't have talent, essentially. But he's still willing to be like, hey, you seem good enough with the limited time that you had. You should continue. You should try. And we had the flashback where he was like, if there's someone who would give me the push, who would give me the confidence, I could give it my all. The question is this too late? Because now he got the push. He got the, hey, the guy you looked up to is like, try to go back into ice skating show, ice show thingy, whatever. And that is, I feel like, would be a huge motivation.
今送ってもらうよ。君の携帯に。いえ。ありがとうございます。でも、俺はもうその道はやめたんです。
Yeah, but, you know, paths do cross every now and then. You can always come back. And it would add another layer to the show.
君、自分が優れていて、希少である自覚があるよね。さっきのジャンプ練習。
Your talent is to copy someone else, is it? Because he's going to mention that the jump and also the backflip is more or less one-to-one copied from him?
最初は転倒していたのに。
Never mind.
僕のジャンプを見て短時間で修正に成功した。にもかかわらず、君はその上達スピードに高揚する様子もなかった。自分に能力があることを自覚している証拠だ。それは別に褒めてないよ。僕が戦ってきたのは己の能力の価値と使い方を熟知していた者たち。可能性をその年で捨てた君を褒めてはいない。覚えているよ、君のこと。去年の名後輩の後、無謀な目標を掲げていたコーチだね。
I mean, some work.
君はまだ滑れるはずだ。右も左も分かってない子供の夢に奉仕する必要はあるのか。
淳君。
覚えてないじゃないですか。俺の分の一生を使ってこの子を勝利まで連れて行く。あの日俺はあなたにそう言ったんですよ。あなたにとってあの子の大きな夢はざれ言に聞こえたかもしれない。でも俺はあの言葉にどれだけ強い勇気が込められているか知っている。今の俺には金メダリストを目指す唯一か祈り選手のコーチを、俺の可能性を全力で務め上げるという夢があります。それが俺の可能性の使い方なんです。 君はいいコーチになれるかもしれないね。でもあの子の夢は叶わない。
because of Hikaru. Now, totally for it, yeah. It is a show about Inori. However, I feel like if he takes part in ice skating again, he's going to go against other ice skaters. He's going to improve. He's going to learn, and that he can then impart on Inori, in turn helping her. On the other hand, competing takes a lot of training, and he also has to coach Inori. So it is going to be difficult to juggle those two. I can understand why he is like, my whole goal is for Inori to succeed.
には僕と同じ道をたどらせる。その素質があったから契約した。同じ道？僕と同じように彼女は生涯すべての大会で必ず金メダリストになる。僕はそれが可能であることを選手として証明した。正真正銘の実力で運不運が交錯するオリンピックという舞台でさえ僕は一度も負けることはなかった。僕の選択は全て正しかった。僕は世界一になるために何が必要か知っている。君は知らない。だから君たちの夢は叶わない。
I mean, he has a couple good points. He has all the experience. He knows what he did right. Now, the problem is, with everything being right, he rarely made a mistake. Therefore, he had rarely a chance to learn from those mistakes. But he is sure that what he knows he can impart on Hikaru, and she can make or follow the same path of always being at the top. But our boy is going to counter that and tell him that they are going to at least take one gold medal away. I mean, that seems like a solid goal. You are not going to beat her every time, but once I can see happening.
確かにそうだ。与田果潤は世界一を何度も経験し、上崎選手も実際負けたことはない。けど、わからないですよ。氷の上に絶対はない。あるよ。絶対は。撤回してもいいよ。証明してくれるなら。来月の全日本で。あと1。
Yeah, no. You can't. In a month, you can't make Inori strong enough to defeat Hikaru.
1ヶ月しかない。ボス戦にしては早すぎる。トリプルルッツもトリプルフリップもまだなのに。でも一つ奇跡は起こしたんだ。
No chance. No. I feel like we are going to compete. Again, how I read, we are going to compete. We are going to go before Hikaru. Maybe she goes last. We're going to do a fantastic show. We get like 85 points, maybe 90. I don't know. She's coming on the ice. She's going to do fantastic, Hikaru. And she's going to do quadruple jumps, I assume. And she's going to just blow everyone away. Maybe do like a perfect 100, if that is even possible. Again, a month is far too fast. You should not forget, Hikaru was already at the stage Inori is at probably like a year ago. Now she has trained even outside of Japan. So she is most likely even better.
久しぶりに来たな。長くてのスケートリンク。
大きいな。今日はここで強化練習をするんですね。
長くてのリンク。
Additionally, Oh, done by lottery. I assume other rings have the same, so that is why he needed the help of the coach, I assume, to guarantee the private slot. But I hope he doesn't overtrain her.
の貸し切り予約は抽選式だからね。当たってよかったよ。しかもこんないい時間に練習なんて偉い、すごーく偉い。
When is the best time of day? Mornings?
この数ヶ月でバッチテスト合格、トリプルループも覚えて、しかもチューブブロック優勝、キラキラ輝く一生ものの成績、こんな難しいこと成し遂げて偉い。司メダルも重要。
司先生、それなんで毎回会うたび言うんですか？もう1週間経ちますよ。
I mean, let him be happy.
初の金メダルを最高のタイミングで褒められなかった心の穴が埋まらないんだ。穴が埋まらないんだ。あと3日くらい言わせて。
しあさってか。
俺はもう十分ですってなる前の勝ちたて熱々の祈りさんと喜び GOE プラスをしたかったんだよ。
私喜び温め直します。
いいよ、大丈夫。
Oh, it's her cat, right? No cat, never mind.
今日の貸し切り練習はすごいぞ。少人数でも広々と貸し切り練習。
Oh, for some reason, I assumed it would be alone, but it's just a smaller group, which already is a lot better.
を使える上にプロック大会で審査員だった人
Mm.
たちからアドバイスももらえる。そして参加できるのは全日本ノービス A に出場する県内の選手だけ。だからこの
Mm.
だからこの中にきっと強くなるためには強さを証明しないといけない。司先生は練習中何度もそう言っていた。私強くなれたからアスリートのスケート選手の世界に入れたんだ。
あ、いのりちゃん。やっほー。
そう
Some kind of fly. So they talk to her without looking at her? Okay.
ポタ君とリオ君。
Right, Sota was his best friend. I totally forgot. Because he was all like, and I don't like you, and I like no one, but he was all buddy-buddy with Sota. Totally forgot about him.
よかった。同じクラブの子がいる
And Rio doesn't care about you.
と嬉しいな。
そうだね。
俺は虚しいけどね。
え、
この強化練習、男子は人数が少なくてチューブブロック大会に出場しただけでさ。
Wow. That sucks. Not enough competition?
参加できるんだから。
そうなんだ。
なんで男子がこんなに少ないんだ。
Good question. Maybe... I mean... Maybe because of the image. It's one of those why I assume not a lot of guys are in like ballet and stuff. The motivation could be that they're cute girls, but that is only bringing you so far.
リオ君。リオ君。
何？
ヒカルちゃんって
No. No.
今日来
She's probably never coming here?
てるよね。
ヒカル？
うん。
アケラジ先生が今どこにいるか言ったら教える。
Oh. For a moment I was like, why? But he really likes the coach. He really likes our boy.
どこにいんの？
多分ひとみ先生と話してると思うけど、なんで？
アケラジ先生に泊まりに来てくれるように。
He's mad that he was asleep. Really?
お願いする。
リオ君もう司先生の生徒じゃないじゃん。
はあ、同じクラブだからって自分だけが師弟関係で結ばれてると思ってんの？そのあっさい絆に一生喜んでろよ、エビフライ。
We shouldn't forget we really disliked him at some point. But now he has grown quite a bit closer.
エビフライじゃない。
うるせえな。
You look definitely older. Are you one of the older ones, 17 year?
てめえら遊びに来たのか？ギャーギャー騒いでんじゃねえぞ。クソガ
16.
キ。
Interesting.
名工ウィンドの八木優奈ちゃん、それと猿川凛奈ちゃん、名城クラウンの小豚マインちゃん、愛生ライドのロバンマナカちゃん、その中に
Because she's the one that just was all aggro. I feel like they look bigger here, but who knows?
その中にイルカちゃんがどうして
Oh, the bushy, the eye girl.
ね
No.
昨日のジュニアの練習お母さんと喧嘩してむしゃくしゃして出なかったんだって。そうなんだ。
Interesting that I mean, again, we are now at training, which I assumed would happen. Interesting we see all of these girls back. I would like to have like the cat girl or tiger girl, whatever, from first season back. I really liked her. She was very different as a child.
喧嘩してサボるとか、そっち
And for some reason, I don't know why, but I just liked her personality.
の方が騒ぐよりうんと意識低いじゃん。
さっきはあんなに怯えてたのに。でも環境大学附属校の子はいつもは学校内のリンクで練習しているから見る機会はほとんどない。集中してみなくちゃ。
I feel like she's going to be in the way of whatever she's doing. I mean, she's now trying to do like a little routine. I don't know how this is working, how this is going. I can see people trying jumps, okay. But doing like a routine means you are in the middle, you take most of the space. What may be happening is that everyone goes after one another. It's like, okay, she goes, she does her little routine, then she starts going in circles as the other ones, and then the next one goes inside. The only parts I considered until now, for some reason, was do you do what kind of jump do you do, and do you do a mistake? I never considered that maybe a jump can have up to the point that we got displayed, and it depends on how good the jump itself is, how high you jump, how fast. Maybe that is all important. Additionally, one part that I found interesting is this. So she starts skating backwards, but only on one skate. Is this like a technique? Before she jumps? Does it give more control? I assume there's some reason behind that. Just stuck out to me.
波の高さのジャンプ振り付けも大人っぽくてかっこいい
What the fuck? Yeah. Being able to do that is insane. How do you get up from that? By the way, the little necklace is glued, I guess.
あそこから戻れるのすごすぎ
Right. That is insane. And again, if there is like extra points or the points are decided by how well you do the little thing, I feel like the lower you go here, the more points you would get.
あそこから戻
And I still have the feeling that someone is going to bump into
れる
her.
のすごすぎ腹筋バキバキだ
はあ
Oh.
お疲れ。いつもだれるとこきちんとできてたじゃん。どう？自分で手応えは？
ガキがちょろちょろしてて
Also strange that she's the only one here that is older. Maybe they did say that only the people that got through the novice A thingy or qualified are allowed in this time frame. So maybe there were not that many older skaters from this prefecture, so she's the only one from this area that is old enough, I guess.
めっちゃ気が散った
Because everyone else is a child.
こら、そういうこと言うな。
事実だから
お前さ、イタリアでよその国のこと喧嘩すんなよ。
When you get to Italy.
うざ
Interesting. Similar to Hikaru. I believe she was the one that went to Russia.
イタリアジュニアグランプリシリーズ世界大会日本代表はかっこいいジュニアになったら私もって来年じゃん来年ジュニアになったらもうこのレベルの人たちと競わないといけないジュニア怖い
I mean, you now have seen a good trick. I do wonder where our coach is. I would tape every one of these people so we get more footage we can maybe analyze, look into, see what other people do, maybe get some tricks that Inori can do as well. I'm assuming she can't really do the nearly lay down on ice trick. But maybe we could learn in the direction. She's not here. Is she here? She's not here, right?
ヒカルちゃん
Is she here?
今私は特別な人しか選ばれないこの場所にヒカルちゃんと一緒にいる
She is here.
やっと
Okay, I did not consider... I assumed she would not appear here. But I guess she does. Which means theoretically June should be here. Somewhere.
やっとここまで来られたん
See,
だ
she's very supportive. I like this. Okay, we get our training. I don't know what tricks you can steal from her. This one I don't believe you can do. And the other ones you already try. I don't know. But very interesting. Also very interesting that he's your only more adult one. It may also be because there are different time frames. The other ones are maybe in different later on in the day, maybe. A little bit sad that our boy is not going back into skating. Would have been very interesting to see.